Welcome to Besties and Bubbles.
Welcome, friends. Cheers.
Cheers, Kimberly.
I love podcast day.
You do, and I do too. I do too. Clearly, it is December now, and so I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about the holidays and kind of like maybe our family traditions. That we do like with our own families. Do you guys like play games when you guys are together? Do you guys do something matching? Like, what do you guys do with your kids? What have you been doing the past several years,
Yeah. Back when the boys were young, right? That's where your traditions typically start when you have your family. So we would always host Christmas Eve at our house, which involved going to Mass. It's always 4:00 Mass at Sacred Heart. And then everyone would come back to our house, and we had, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you the type of spread that we put on. Maddie was always...
Did you do the 7 fishes and stuff? A lot of people do that on Christmas Eve, right?
No, but we would have about 25 to 30 people back at our house.
Oh, wow.
And this was really more with my mom's side of the family. So when my grandmother was still alive, my uncle and his family and his kids and their kids, stuff like that, and mine as well. And it was always so much fun. Yeah. We'd open up gifts really for the grandkids, and then the great grandkids and stuff like that. My grandma was Gigi to them, so it was a fun time. And then Christmas morning was, the boys would open up their gifts from Santa, and we always had breakfast. I always made a breakfast casserole, did all that. And then Christmas Day was always with my dad's side of the family. My aunt and my mom always swap whoever hosts Thanksgiving, and then the other one does Christmas. But what's unique with Christmas Day is we have a pool tournament. Oh. So a pool table, and it's pretty serious. So it's been going on since 2001, where we actually have trophies that have engraved, you're on a team, and we pick numbers, but whoever wins, that team gets to come back to have a chance to defend themselves. And so every name is on there, who's ever won, and the dates. And, I'm sure if you were to ask my husband, he would say to you that he'd ask whose name's on there the most times. Yeah, right. I don't know, Maddie.
Fair,
maybe,
Maddie.
Maybe
Fair.
It's you.
Probably is.
Maybe it's you.
So we did the game that we really loved, because I think another game that I think you told me about. Don't you do the gifts that are wrapped up in the ball?
Oh, we do this. That's a recent thing.
Okay.
That came out of COVID, where we do the saran wrap.
Explain that real quick.
So that is also fun. So that was recent, but so the saran wrap ball game is where you get a whole bunch of little gifts, like gift cards or things from the dollar store, candy,
the small little alcohol things.
Yeah, maybe do the little alcohol things or champagne or wine or whatever, and you literally you kind of take something. So usually, Matt has a Yeti with, a $20 bill stuffed in it, and you get something going, and then you just kind of put more things and wrap it up and wrap it up and wrap it up. So we end up with literally like a ball.
Like a basketball.
It's huge. Okay. I go to the dollar store and I buy this is not environmentally friendly by any means. I buy 20 things of saran wrap. And we have so much fun, Matt and I do, creating it. And the game is that you have a pair of dice and you roll. So there's a person that rolls and there's a person that has the ball. And you say go, and then you start unwrapping it. And the person next to you starts rolling the dice. And they roll and roll, and you're unwrapping and wrapping. And as soon as they roll doubles, you have to end and then pass it along. So
and they get to keep everything.
Whatever
was discovered.
Out.
Yeah.
Right. Now, there's a couple rules to that. You can't just toss it out on the floor. If it leaves your lap, your turn is lost. Okay. And you need to pass it.
Okay.
So yes, that's another fun
game. All right. That is a fun game. I actually loved hosting like when my kids were little, I had all my brothers and their families and their kids, and everyone would come here. And what I did is I made a Jeopardy game.
Yeah, you did.
I made a Jeopardy game with between 6 and 8 categories, and we would divide the family up into 2 sides. And me and it was either Tom or Emily or somebody's keeping score, right? And somebody had to be a judge. And then everyone else would be split, and I'd have all these questions. And so some of the categories was Wilkinson, my maiden name, Wilkinson Jeopardy, like 5 questions about facts about, the Wilkinson
right,
family.
The Wilkinson, yeah.
There'd be a sports one category, somebody would be about, I've done it with Brett's friends, we've done Butler category, the college you went to. So it's so fun.
I love that. I love games.
And it's not like you're really on the spot because you're within a team. So even people that don't really like to play games, so
or
that
don't
was
know,
a huge hit. Yeah, that was a huge hit for so many years. It actually died during COVID.
Aww.
It did because my family got so big that people started doing their own thing on Christmas. And we'll talk about that. But anyway, we do a pajama picture, but we don't always do matching pajamas. You guys do matching.
That's also recent. We didn't always do. I mean, I always had like pajamas for the boys, but for the family, we didn't as much. But yeah, those are fun things to do as well. I mean,
and we always cook a big breakfast too. We've always done that also. And now things are a little different, but it's so fun because we have grandbabies now. So it's like Christmas is like everything to these grandbabies.
We do, and it's we talk about the empty nest. We've talked about it on this podcast, right? I'm recently an empty nester where 2 of my kids are married. They're out of the house, and my youngest is at college. And
one lives out of state.
Yeah.
Your one son and his wife live out of state, so it's not like they're down the street.
Right. So, especially when you are the in-law, because I have 3 boys, so we are the in-laws. It's interesting, and it's I had Christmas with my boys for 20 plus years, and when they get married, that all changes
because they are their own family.
Yeah, they are.
That marriage is their own family.
Right, and now that we have grandbabies, like they want to start their family traditions, and I totally get it because that's what we did.
Right. Right.
So, one of the things that I actually learned from my mom, and I loved it, it was not so much about the actual date, right? Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Right.
But the day. I want my day.
Like a one day where we celebrate and we get to all be together.
We're going to do the Berber family Christmas.
That's good.
And I'm fine with it. It could be before Christmas. It could be after Christmas. We could combine it with New Year's. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever is going to work with everyone. Now, I kind of would like it to be like the same date every year, but you know what? Things happen.
Yeah.
People, my one son's in the military, so I don't know, what will happen. So, but I think if you are in a situation where you are empty nester and you're dealing with other in-laws and trying to manage that, as we also all did, right? It's just like now we're in that position now.
Because your traditions start to change.
They do, and that's okay.
I think that all parents need to realize that when their kids get married, then you can't expect your children to do what they always did when they were not married.
Right.
Because they now have a new responsibility, even if there's not kids, right? They have a responsibility with their new little family. So
yeah. But you know what I do love, and maybe you do too, we haven't talked about this, but when I see my boys incorporating something that we have done as a tradition into their family, it just makes my heart warm. Yeah. So, that's what traditions are. They're meant to be passed down and carried on through the generations. So
absolutely.
I don't know, how do you manage with your crew?
So it's my kids are all relatively close, so that's nice. And, you know, I think that we've been pretty sensitive. We've been doing the whole, you know, Doug, my first husband and I, we've been divorced since 91.
Yeah.
No, wait. No, that can't be. We got married at 91, 97. So for a long time, right, we've had the holidays where it wasn't like everyone was just together.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So you have to kind of be accommodating to, like, you do this. So it's kind of migrated into, I know when Doug's going to see the kids, you know, and I know when we're going to do things.
Yeah.
And now the third thing that we're now juggling now is when are those kids going to do stuff with just their family,
Right.
right?
Right.
So we're kind of already used to change.
Yeah.
And we're used to being, you know, as long as we get time, we're okay.
Yeah.
So that's been good. It wasn't like a rip off the Band-Aid, really, kind of like what I think
or
you went
or a
through.
struggle, like, oh, you got them last year on this day,
Never.
and I should get them this year on this day. Or,
Actually, on Easter, we all spent Easter
Yeah, you are.
at my first husband's house.
which is great.
With everybody.
And
yeah, it's delightful.
it's amazing.
Teresa and Doug are
that
so welcoming.
You
so
have been able to have all
that's
that
the holiday. On
for
Easter,
your
we
kids.
do that.
Yeah, which is amazing.
So yeah, it's never like that, but it's definitely different now because the kids are married and the kids have kids and they want to do their own thing. And they don't want to get up first thing in the morning and drive to my house to open presents. They want to open presents around their own tree and all this stuff. So it's been great. It's modified. And honestly, it has helped me I enjoy the day more because I don't host 40 people anymore.
Okay, so
on
do you
Sunday-
go? So your kids host now?
Dean does. Well, I still go to Tom's mom's house on Christmas Eve with the kids, and on Christmas Day, the past couple years now, we've been going to Dean's house
Fantastic.
in the afternoon, so they can do their own thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Kids take a nap, and then we're all there. So it's great. It's actually less stress. Now, I thought I would never say that I'm happy that happens because I'm such a control freak and I loved having the party.
Right.
But I still get Thanksgiving. Everyone comes to my house on Thanksgiving. We have a blast.
Yeah.
Doug still does Easter. We all go to Doug's at Easter. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's been okay. It's been okay.
Yeah.
Change, and I know a lot of people don't want to change. I don't think anybody really loves change, but
well, the change is constant, and
it is constant. But it's hard to wrap your mind around it, and it's hard to not feel maybe slighted and stuff. But
for sure,
I have found that looking at it through another lens, it's actually been very. It's less stressful for me to not have that big party anymore.
Right.
And the game and all that kind of stuff, you know. So.
Well, and
it's still so much fun.
It is so much fun, and again, there's new traditions that are being created.
It's new,
right? Because you're in a new role, right? It's with, you have it with your kids, and now it's with your grandkids, and if we're lucky, it'll be with our great grandkids.
Right.
So, I do think it's just interesting, and I think it's important to talk about because, I'm on some of these blogs on Facebook. I think one of the most popular ones is Grown and Flown, right? And there's a lot I read on there. And
is this like empty nesting? You mean?
Well, Grown and Flown, yeah. Like you're grown and you've flown. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then there's a lot of things that are on there, but a lot of it is with older kids. Either they're in college or they're dating, married, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I think the more that we can be flexible, but also, make sure that we have our own time, right, with our kids and our in-laws and so forth.
Right.
It just shouldn't matter, like, if it's on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, or whatever. Just find a day. Find a day.
Fighting over a holiday and time it's literally the opposite of what the holiday is supposed to be.
I know.
So if it means you're going to do the day before Christmas Eve because that's the time or the Sunday before or whatever it is, that's what we had to start doing. We had to start doing the weekend before to get all the kids because my nieces and nephews all had kids and they want to do their own thing, so we had to get farther and farther away from we used to do Christmas Day night at my house. Everyone would come. So now it's different, and now it doesn't even happen anymore because it's just everyone's so big.
Right.
But you got to be flexible. But think about how these are the people you're trying to get with, your kids. These are all people you love. right?
Right. So why make it so
why make it
difficult and
difficult?
complicated?
Make it easy for them.
Yeah.
Find the best way.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. I agree. And,
It's crazy.
you know, as much as we're wanting to get together with our families and our children and so forth, you know, I think the other thing to take into consideration is the holidays aren't always like the best of times for people. I mean, I, you know, I'm very blessed in that I do love the holidays. I do feel, you know, certain times in my life there has been highs and lows depending on what was going on. But like, imagine people that either, you know, just lost someone that, you know, they're very close to, whether it was death or a relationship or an estrangement or whatever, and they're just like, yeah, I'm not doing holidays this year.
It's like the first time that they're going to be alone on that holiday or something.
Yeah.
You know? Which
or
I
without
can't even,
someone that they've celebrated the holidays with.
Right. Also, I think it's a tough time financially for a lot of people. There's seasons in I know there is in my work, there's seasons of, you know, where it's busier and not. Or maybe you didn't have the ability to make the Christmas as bright as it is, you know, maybe you had in the past and you have to you know. I know that with my mental health walk, I will call it, I have learned to say no to things.
Yeah.
I actually am supposed to be somewhere else tonight, and it was just a work function, but I didn't want to go, and if I did, I would have been, it just wouldn't have been, I don't know how to explain it. It's not that I love these people. It's not that.
Sure.
It wasn't conducive for me to go, and I felt, you know what, it's okay for me to say no to that.
Of course.
It's okay to say no, because sometimes saying no is the right answer to take care of yourself and do what you need to do, you know?
Yeah.
I can't go out all the time. I have complete FOMO with all my friends are out in the city, and I'm like, oh, I should have gone down, you know? But there's times I need to stay home, and I need to just decompress, or sometimes I tell you, I put myself in a timeout. I say, I'm just not going to answer. I'm just going to
I think it's a great phrase to incorporate into all of our lives. And that can just be, you know, it doesn't matter. I mean, you could be, you know, a young mom that's doing all the, you know, school and PTA and volunteering.
Right.
Because this time of the year is
brutal.
Awful.
Every night of the week there's something.
We have lived it. Trust
absolutely.
me.
There's something at school. There's this Christmas play. There's this meeting.
Yeah, you know, it's
all the groups that want to get together, you know, and celebrate. You know, it's like,
and it's okay to say no. I actually am finding myself in that same situation because there are a few other groups of people that I need to get together with that I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm traveling this month more than I would normally travel.
Right.
So that also, fits into stuff.
And people will understand. Explain
and it's okay to do it after the first of the year.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful.
Just like we moved my party.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that as we get older, especially, you know, us connecting with people, that it's okay to do it after the first of the year.
And I think that's emotional maturity that now we have. We're not experts, but we're experienced. We've learned along the way. I've probably had my feelings hurt. I've definitely been overstretched
100%.
and done too much and regretful. I've put off things because I'm doing everything for everybody else, and then I'm struggling to get all my presents done and wrapped. Oh, I've been up on the night before, you know, Christmas wrapping presents, and I hated myself for that. Now I make a point to do it. I have to have it all wrapped the weekend before. I will not.
Yes. I agree.
I hate that feeling. So it's
There's
living
so
and
much
learning.
stress and anxiety.
Yeah.
Right? With all of it.
Yes.
About making sure that you have the perfect Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? And it's okay if it's not perfect.
And it's okay to say, hey, I am cutting back this year.
Yeah.
And, you know, none of us need all the stuff we're going to get anyway.
Or
honestly, we're very blessed as it is.
We are. And I would say most of us would say we're blessed. In fact, we should say we're blessed. You know,
Absolutely.
Gratitude is
we live in this
gratitude
area,
is amazing, and every day that you wake up, you should be grateful, to be honest.
Absolutely.
So
it's a matter of perspective, and my encouragement is, I think that, and we've talked about this, is that the holidays are not all jolly for everyone. So maybe it's, if you're in that situation, know that you're not alone, first of all.
but yes,
Because
absolutely.
I have had horrible time those first couple of years my brother was gone. I mean, I dreaded Christmas. That's when we would see them,
Yeah.
So yeah, those were very, very difficult years, and it's just like, it's something that grief just creeps up on you without warning, and it's like it's just something that builds and builds. But also, I would say that being alone, maybe it's a recent breakup you've gone through, or losing a friend, something, misunderstanding, something that's not rectified in your life, I think. And so those are tough times. So just be patient with yourself. This too shall pass. And it will get better. And just know you're not alone.
Yeah. And for those of us that maybe realize or recognize that we have someone like that in our lives, reach out to them.
Reach out to them.
Reach out. Text, phone call as a starter. Maybe you go visit them. Maybe you ask them to come join you for a cup of coffee or lunch, dinner, breakfast, whatever that looks like.
And it doesn't even have to be expensive. Just offer to spend time with them. Go look at the holiday lights somewhere.
I was just gonna say, go look at lights.
Yeah.
Or
we have beautiful lights here in Lombard, just so you guys know.
We do, and I'm sure all over everyone has beautiful lights. Or even if you just drive in the car. I used to do that all the time with the boys. I'd put them in the car, and we would just drive up and down the streets.
Look at this one, look at that one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And we had our favorite houses, that we loved to see, and we put on Christmas music. And, those are the memories, honestly, that my boys actually have, as small and minuscule as they were.
And free. It didn't cost you anything. Yeah.
But my parents did that with us also. So it is the time of the year to
spend quality time with people.
Be grateful, to express gratitude, but also to reach out to those that might not be feeling, the Christmas cheer so much. So,
and maybe you can sense that by how they're acting. Maybe they're not answering the phone a lot. Maybe they're quiet on group chats. Maybe it's something they posted on Facebook. But if you don't if you don't know them well enough to actually know. But be proactive, because if you have got the spirit of Christmas and the joy, and your heart is full of gratitude, share that with somebody that just might not be having the best time with this season for whatever reason, right?
No, it's true.
It's going to be just as rewarding for you as it is going to be for them.
It is. It's also a good time. I was just thinking. The pay it forward. Right? Yeah. Maybe you pick up someone's groceries in the grocery store, or a portion of it, or whatever. Or maybe you buy, that person's coffee that's, behind you in the drive-through, or whatever that looks like.
Extra tipping for the people in your life that are service-oriented, you know what I mean? Like, this is the,
It's the season for giving.
For sure.
And, whether it's through your heart, through your time, through financial, if you're able to do that.
Your energy, a hug.
Yeah.
Good. Well, good. I think this has been good. And if you have some great stories of either your childhood or what you've done when your kids are younger, maybe something new you just started, we'd love to hear it, because when you comment on our Facebook page, everybody else sees that too.
Yeah.
So maybe if you've got a good game or something really fun that you're doing, share it. And other people will read about it, whether you comment on our YouTube page or on our Facebook page still.
We'd love to hear from you.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
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 And we want to say, in a heart of gratitude, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing that you listen to Besties and Bubbles. If you think that we do something great, and you just hit the share button. That means so much to us.
It does.
I told her I was waiting for the train yesterday, and I was at one of the bars downtown Lombard, and somebody said, "Are you from Besties and Bubbles?" is what it was. She knew me from Besties and Bubbles. So, and it was a really cool story talking to this woman, actually. She's going through chemo, and we connected right away, because I think she felt like she knew me. from
Probably.
watching you on here. Yeah.
Probably.
And it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool to meet her. So.
Well, that's awesome. So, as I was going to sip my bubbles.
And you always do this. You do this and then you put it back down.
Because then I'm like, oh, I want to say something.
Oh, feel free.
Well, it's all good. But I think, well, you know, we do love you guys, and we are very grateful for this year and this time that we've spent together.
We've had so much fun doing this podcast. So
yeah,
yes,
and you
sure.
know what? There's not to say this is the last one of the year, but there's going to be definitely more to come in 2026.
We got big plans.
Yeah,
we got big plans.
So stick with us.
Stick with us. We appreciate.
You'll go places, kid.
I don't know where you're going. You're going straight with us, I guess. You go, we go. That's like Backdraft.
You go, we go.
Remember Backdraft?
I do. I love that movie.
You go, we go.
Yeah.
And then they both died. That's horrible.
That's not a good way to end this, Tracy.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Cheers. No one's dying here.
We love you. Ciao.
They did die though.